Hello everyone, this is Amber with Bullseye Property Management and Realty. I am here to go over your tenant website. You may have received a link to access that tenant website. Please note that if this is your first time logging on, that temporary password does expire after 1 hour. You will need to request a new one. If you did not receive that link or you're trying to access it again as a current tenant of ours, best option is to go to the Bullseye website, which is www.bpm-mn.com. Up top, there's a red button that says Rental Logon. Then there's a resident sign-in option, and that is where I'm going to log on with the email address I applied with or the email address I provided when one of the members of Bullseye reached out to me. So I have that here. I'm going to log on. And if this is a personal computer, I would suggest clicking the Remember Me button. Otherwise, if it's a shared computer, for safety, I would just not. Now, right off the bat, it is asking me to update my renter's insurance information. So that means they don't have a current renter's insurance policy on file. So what I can do is I can provide that insurance information, or I can purchase a policy right through Buildium. They use a third party for that. It is not associated with Bullseye at all. It is a third party option. Great thing about that is it syncs right into Buildium, and that's the software that we use, and updates the policy number and the coverage date. So I am going to exit out of that, but please note that it is a requirement of your lease to carry renter's insurance through your entire rental period. So before a rental is extended to you, they are going to request an updated renter's insurance policy. Here is my home page, my landing page, however you wish to reference it. I have a current balance it looks like that I need to pay. There's a make a payment option. There's a set up auto pay option. And let's go over make a payment. So making a payment. Right here, current balance, I can make a payment for another amount. I can do a credit card payment or bank account payment. Please note, if you use a credit card, the processor charges a service fee that goes directly to the processor. It does not go to us. There's also a convenience fee added on there. You need to add on the names of the name on the card number, the billing address. You can save it for next time, but you do not need to. And here's the important part. If you need to schedule this out in advance, please make sure you are selecting the correct date. We are not able to stop a payment if it is not same day. So if you make a payment and it pulls on 3/26 and you meant for it to pull on 3/28 and you reach out to us on 3/27, we cannot cancel the payment. We need to wait for it to process and post before we can refund it back. And because all of this information is set to private, we can't issue a refund back to the credit card. We have to issue a check payment. Same with if it's a debit card or a checking account. All of that data is masked, so we can never push a payment back out to your account. So we can set up current balance that way. Other amount, I'm going to select the back button on my computer here, and I can set up auto pay. Auto pay is a great option. It is a way to make sure your bills aren't missed. Also saves you any processing fees. So if you are set up on auto pay, unless it's credit card, because those we can't waive as they go to the service processor. If you set up auto pay, you do not have any payment processing fees. Any other type of payment does have a payment processing fee, whether it be one-time payments where you're logging on each month and making a payment, or if you are sending a payment into our office, it is an even higher processing fee. So you can reference your lease for specifics on that. Here I can select an amount to pay. It can be the entire balance, which may fluctuate if you have any fees added on there, any renewal charges, any utilities that you hadn't paid that you need to reimburse the owner for. It would all be included on the entire balance. Or you can do a fixed amount. So if you know your rent is $17.95, you can do $17.95 every month. And if I want to see, no fee. If I want to take off that credit card processing fee, I can select checking or savings. I type in my information, routing number, account number, confirming the account number, when I want this to start, and frequency. So I can make, it gives you a lot of options. I can do monthly, weekly, every 2 weeks, quarterly, yearly, every 2 months, and one-time payment as well. So it gives you options on how you can make those automatic payments. So I'm not going to set anything up, obviously, because I haven't filled out any of the information. But again, I encourage you to set up your automatic ACH payments. You'll see there's also a rent reporting option here. I wanted to start having my rent reported to the credit bureaus. It is $4.99 a month. This again is a third-party option. This is not through Bullseye, and they report it to all 3 credit bureaus. And if you're looking to get a loan in the future, whether it be for a car, for a house, your credit plays a big role in that. And this is just another way for you to have a positive rental reporting on your credit. Back to home. I can see if there's any open requests, new announcements, or anything related that Bullseye sent off to you as a tenant. It could be something about spring is coming up. We're doing a volunteer event. Anything kind of relevant to you, we would include in here. Lease information, the account number here, we don't really utilize it. You don't need to remember it. You don't need to include it on any paperwork or payments. You'll have your address, the lease start date, end date, the rent, prepayments, deposits, all right here for you. Payments is another way to get to make a payment, set up auto pay. We have a history here. We can email the statement directly to yourself. It won't email it to anyone else, but it'll be a list of kind of charges and payments on here. Another area where you get the lease information, the late fee policy, when rent is due. It has our address on there if you are sending in a payment by mail, but please reference your lease. There is additional fees for sending payments directly to our office. Requests, this is where you can send us a maintenance request. You can also look at closed requests. And that is any request that you have previously made that has since been resolved would be in here. You can look, washing machine is closed out back in 2021. Open, I'm going to create one. A maintenance request or general inquiry. Maintenance requests here give you some options for categories: appliances, electrical, HVAC, etc. Plumbing, we can say electrical. And let's be as specific as possible. I want to know where the situation is happening, how it's happening, and just providing us as much detail as possible. So I will say that my PFCI in the upstairs. So I have outlet in the upstairs bathroom that keeps tripping when I plug something in. So I have an outlet in the upstairs bathroom that keeps tripping when I plug something into it. I'm not finding the breaker overloaded. I believe it is faulty. And this is my opinion, like this is up to someone with a little more electrical knowledge to determine if it's faulty or not. So there is my description. I could attach any pictures or videos to it from my computer, just go to browse, select where they're from to attach it. If you're on your mobile device, you can do the same through there. It's going to ask, do we have permission to enter the home if you aren't there? Select your option. Please note that a vendor will always reach out to you with a date and time on when they anticipate on being out to your house. So I would say yes. Do you have any pets? If you have pets, please keep them kenneled or find other arrangements for them. Our vendors do not want to be responsible for cats that escape into the neighborhood or for dogs that escape into the neighborhood or maybe are aggressive because there's a stranger in their home. And then anything relevant to it that you feel a vendor may want to know, add in there, submit the request. General inquiry, this would be something about your account. If you have a late fee or that you're inquiring on and not sure why you have it, or you have a question on parking, where parking is at, or where the dumpster is located at. All of that would be considered a general inquiry. Not all of those options really have an attachment or file that you would want to include, but if it is relevant, please do so. We always say that more information is best, not less is best. So more information is best in these options to make your life easier and to kind of limit the amount of back and forth that we need to have to find a resolution. Announcements, again, this is where any current or past announcements would be that relate to your property. Documents, here's prompting me that it still needs my renter's insurance information because that document would save in here as well once I have provided it. I'm also going to find lease documents, renewal documents, move out information. If I filled out a move-in condition sheet, it's going to be saved in here for my use. Contacts, this is only for contacting or a list of contacts for people who are on your lease. So who live at your address, are on the same lease as you, those are the contacts that you're going to find here. Community, similar to announcements, but this is if you live in an apartment complex or a commercial building and something's going on with your location. It could be we are striping the parking lot, we are repainting, we are recarpeting, something that affects everyone on a mass level. We would put on like a discussion board just so people can kind of talk about it and know the plan of action and how it's going to be handled. On that left-hand side again, there's renter's insurance option, rent reporting option that we saw on the home page. So there's just different areas to access it. On the far right upper hand right screen is kind of a my account area. I can update with a photo if I'd like. My name is on here. Can't update that. You do need to reach out to our office if you have a name change, a legal name change, so we can do that. Email, mobile, phone number, all of that can be updated here. Payment methods, if I have anything saved, it'll be on here. I can also delete it if I had any saved payment methods. Just a reminder, we can't view any of your payment information. All of it is masked, and that is for your safety. Security, this is where I could change my password. Communication, text messages. So if you have not already accepted a request for text messages, you can request access, and that'll prompt on our end to send you out the texting feature if you do not already have it. This is a great way to communicate. You can talk about your lease, you can talk about anything that you like pertaining to your lease through the texting option. You don't need to do phone calls if that's not the best way to reach you. And if email isn't the best way to reach you, it's great to have text messaging as an option. Please note, we cannot text you if you have not allowed access. All of our communications are paperless. Well, I should say most of them. There are a very minute amount of communications that are also mailed out, but everything is emailed as well. Anything mailed out would be if we're coming out at the end of your lease and you need move out instructions. It's handy to have physical paper copies of those. Otherwise, if we're trying to reach you regarding rent and we haven't really had success in that, then a paper copy will go in the mail as well. Another way to add in renter's insurance or to purchase a policy right through Buildium here. So I guess I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. If you have any questions or have any requests for further videos, please do reach out to our office. We are more than happy to accommodate you. And have a great day. Thank you.